Guys, nice rainy early morning here in Illinois. Got the motor out of the van, sitting over here on the floor, just on an old tire. So I gotta start swapping over all the accessories and everything off the front of this, the intake manifold, and all of that is gonna go on this fresh 91 roller block that I got built over the winter. I don't have any info on that, but stock everything for the most part. Stock board, just rehoned, cleaned up. These are the ported heads that were on the truck. Alright, in order to get the intake manifold off, you gotta pull the distributor first. Like I said, you might want to make marks if you're not doing this, not doing a full motor swap, and you need to make sure you keep your timing roughly in check. I'm putting a new distributor in, so it doesn't really matter for me in this case. The alternator bracket. These do also function as your timing belt or timing water pump bolts. Then we get to make a mess and pull this water pump off. I'm keeping all the bolts in here because I know that I'm short some bolts on the new water pump that I got for the other motor. Just let them sit in there, I'll know exactly where they line up. When you get into the Ford water pumps, it get kind of confusing. They had late model, new model, forward rotation, counterclockwise rotation, and a outlet on the driver and the passenger side. So you might have to spend some time doing a little research on that one. Make sure you got the right one for your timing cover and the right one for your motor. In my case, I'm taking all the old style stuff and adapting it to the new 91 roller block. The accessory breakdown. I do not need the timing cover. I have a new one on the new motor. The new motor's put together with a brand new timing chain already, so I can leave all this stuff on. I don't have to pull the balancer or do any of that. I will need this oil pressure sending unit and spacer. And the flywheel on this motor is the old 28 ounce, so I'm not going to have to use the flex plate for this one. I have a 50-ounce balance flex plate going on the roller block. The only other thing I gotta figure out is the new motor has the timing alignment markings right where the water pump from this one actually exits. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna ditch that and remark the motor somewhere else. It seems like the best way to do it, but I'm gonna get this flip-flopped and we'll take a look at the new motor here. If we look at this one, here's my timing mark alignment bracket. It's a late model, so it does have a crank sensor. I'm not running any of that, so I got to figure out marking. I got this set to top dead center right now on the balancer. I checked all that when I was building the motor before I put the heads on, so that is accurate there. I just need to figure out now where I'm going to remark it. I don't have another bracket or another balancer marker that will work, so I think I'm just going to mark it on the bottom side along the oil pump, or use this reference line here. I've done that in the past too. Match this up on the balancer and see what happens there. That should get me close enough. Will not be the most exact measurement, but what I got. Not spending money or waiting on more parts, so I'll make it work. So as I said before, make sure you're checking the water pump differences. There are a lot. So I just want to make sure everything lines up and I got all the right length bolts here. That bracket would have sat right here and pretty much blocked off this coolant hose. So this is what we're looking for here. Got all the bolts good. Like I said, it's much easier just taking one off. I know this is a new water pump. It looks a little old, but it's got about a year into it. I got a brand new one, but I'm going to use that for the other motor, which should be all right. Now I just gotta clean off all the gasket stuff and get this prepped and ready to re-bolt on. Today I'm using the old cover, the 2 water jackets. There are passages here. The old cover and the old timing pump that came on this motor did not use these 2 bolt holes to tighten down. Use the outside ones. These are all gummed up. I'm gonna have to clean and re-chase these real quick before we can bolt up the new one. It's always a good idea to go through all your threads, make sure everything's cleaned up and ready to go. A little bit of time prep will save you a ton of time down the line. If everything's silicone and you're trying to race to get the thing on and you're running into bolts that don't thread in, it's not a good time. Make sure all your bolts are going to thread in proper. Make sure everything's in good shape before you start doing the final assembly stuff. Cleaned up pretty nice. There's just a little bit of dirt in there. That'll work. Grab some silicone and get this rolling. Alright, we're fighting the air compressor, so sorry about that. Timing gasket. I'm gonna sit on here. I'll silicone around the water jackets. I don't do the rest of the gasket. I haven't had too many issues with this top surface area, sealing. It's always nice little insurance around the actual coolant passages here. So I'll glob it up on one side and then work it around on the other side with my fingers so it's nice, thin, even coat. You don't have to go crazy. You're not trying to get a giant thick bead or anything on here. Just enough to give it assistance sealing. In a perfect world, the gasket would work, but I'm using old parts and this is just kind of peace of mind. So I'll get this sealed up. Silicone just kind of helps hold that in place as a guide. And we'll take our water pump. There's all the accessories we're using. I got the fuel pump to throw in here. Again, late model block. A lot of the timing covers will not have a fuel pump mount. I think Dorman or something sells a universal replacement that'll work on all different accessory drives. Take a look. I think most auto parts stores carry that one for a small block.